west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends so we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nobody a domino. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical. Guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since all the dominance. One west rising to prominent. Cause I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got group vibes for Uber. Rhymes hard like they've been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler. A showstopper, been a proper since a teeny bopper. But now I'm going off Patron, premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modified the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's working mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when they eat song, none of them can get to the fire around with me. And I had them niggas spin like a tire, down the deep. And I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel igniter, I'm winning, coming through with the title because U.P.K. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Damn right, I'm a UPK nigga. Straight out of one west, no contest. We the best to the niggas that's living, trying to contend with the stress. Going through the test, no access, cause you repressed slaves. Niggas is dying off in waves. Living in dirt, now it's a grave. Niggas crosswalking on the white chalk over the bodies of roads that you paid. Americans killing us, saying they fearing us, put the drugs in the hood. Now my niggas delirious, put a gun in my face. Or because of my race, click, boom, flash, put some Skittles to murder my ass. Like a sheep to the slaughter, heart beating harder and harder. Baptized with these words, never dipping in water. So now we pray to the Father, give strength to the Father that's looking for the marauder. That's fucking taking our daughters, nigga, it's wartime. Lights up, nigga, showtime. Got the green light on that ass, yeah, go time. Either boot up, shut up, or get your ass up. Cause we ain't got time to be playing this all fucked up America. Heaven for the thief, hell for the slave. Reaping what you sow, meaning giving back what you gave for a clean slate. You try to imitate, you was always fake. America, every city, state, this is your fate. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, 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 to America.
Going on the timeline, giving the rhythm to expose the intricacies of things. Vibe, doing mine, I ain't shit. But getting lit is a pastime, so in a minute I'ma pass out. I hope you get it, if you didn't you can crash flying. Kinda simple if you feel it, pass your last line. But it will confuse a bad mind, a damn shame. That's the exact thing, gonna get your ass fried. Bomb from the sky, rich devil lullaby. Then the nigga fly. Hope you got an alibi. Bombs from the sky, rich devil lullaby. Denim is high. I can see him from the parking lot. Heaven finna ball out. Devils finna fall out. All out warfare, nightmares in the brick house. They murdered us for years and thinking shit was gonna turn around. Pride never learned that this motherfucker burns down. Yelled in them streets. Told them to breach. All of you angels bring woe to this beast. You rule for a time, but we play for keeps. I pray to my father, bring woe to this beast. Remember them times we hung on them trees. All of you nations bow down to your knees. Remember them ships, they brought us some fleets. Fuck they Apollo, bring them the heat. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, whoa, to America. Whoa, 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 to America. Whoa, whoa, whoa. To America.
God is going to destroy this empire, man. You about to see famine in this place. You think them fires in California is bad? That's just the beginning of what the Lord is about to do. Because you've been evil to the Lord's people. You've been wicked to the Most High's children, man. You've been destructive to the 12 tribes of Israel. Let me tell you something, black man. You got to put on your strength now, man. Put back on your strength and might, black man, because your day is coming. Your day is coming because the Lord is going to bring judgment on this earth. That's why I don't know you. I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. And it's worth something.
This is Blackwatch with Commanding General YAHANNA, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man will make man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
We don't need a black man in the White House. We need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Blackwatch. Let the show begin.
Clap it up, Most High in Christ. Get a Most High hand. We holding it down. Once again, it's Monday night. It's time to solve all your problems, answer all your questions. It's time for you to finally get off of drugs. That's why you tune in every night. You wonder why you tune into the I.S.U.P.K, why you watch our classes, why you watch all of Commanding General YAHANNA's broadcasts, why you go see us on the streets whenever we're out street speaking. This is the reason. It is something inside you compelling you to get off of drugs. Something inside of you compelling you to get rid of your sexual deviances. There is something inside of you that is so righteous that is trying to break free of all of your sin. And that's the reason that you watch the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General YAHANNA, because you know we have the cure for the disease that the Christian church gave you. You know that in your soul. And here we are again. Tonight we're here with Officer Marah. Give him a hand. Officer Yediah. Officer Ibad. We're getting it on. We're holding it down for Commanding General YAHANNA, the hardest working man in the nation of Israel. He'll be back shortly. He's rocking and rolling on all the important missions that one man has to handle. He's out handling them. So we'll hold it down in here for him tonight. What are we going over? Monkeypox. You know what in the hell we're going over. Monkeypox. Monkeypox is such an excellent metaphor. And it's such a metaphor for so many things. So many other diseases. We're going to go over monkeypox tonight. The brother will first read the story about monkeypox. It's another worldwide plague. Another one overlapping the new variants of the COVID-19 viruses. But of course, as usual, this is a virus directly targeting the gay community. And all over TikTok, gay people are upset. Oh, they can't stand it, Udiah. They're so angry that doctors are even asking people, are you a homosexual, when they walk into that clinic looking like a goddamn checkerboard, looking like a chocolate chip cookie all over their goddamn face and body and back, and they get angry at the doctor for asking them, are they gay? Damn, you don't want the doctor to know? The doctors are asking you gay people this question because the doctor has been to school and he's trying to figure out why this monkeypox is affecting this demographic so severely. But of course, the gay people, as usual, hate doctors and hate science. That's why you fought doctors when they tried to tell you that every human is either male or female. You fought your doctor in that because you don't believe in medicine and you don't believe in science. Well, here we are again when you need science. You need medicine. Udiah, you take it. You know it.
New York City declares monkeypox a public health emergency.
Oh, my God. New York City. New York City, the largest city on the planet, the home of the most righteous address in history, 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York City. Give that a hand all the time. Holy ground. All right. Well, New York City, man, is under a health emergency with monkeypox, which strikes my memory back to, I think, the 90s or the 80s, when there were bathhouses all over Manhattan, Club 54, where New York was a haven outside of San Francisco of permissive gay sex, had in public in a bar in New York. And AIDS ran rampant through New York City. Oh, my God. I mean, AIDS was everywhere in New York City. And here we are again. Continue.
Colonel Khan, sir. Officials in New York City declared a public health emergency.
You could give me the gay people with monkeypox mad, or the gay people angry at doctors, angry at the medical professionals for trying to figure out why this disease is so prevalent in one demographic. Show me the people who say they believe in science mad at doctors. Continue.
Colonel Khan, sir. Officials in New York City declared a public health emergency due to the spread of monkeypox virus Saturday, calling the city the epicenter of the outbreak.
The epicenter. I believe Udiah started in Miami.
Colonel Khan,
you know the story?
Colonel Khan, it started in not just Miami, sir. It started over there in Italy and Spain with those raves that they had during Pride.
Nasty.
And then it made its way to, the Florida area and then New York.
Nasty. Funky. That story, that smelled. Somehow I smelt that story. That's a nasty one. It started in raves in Italy. Was it Rome? It smells like Rome. I didn't know. I don't know where in Italy, but it smelled like Rome. The funk of it was Roman. And now it ends up in Miami and then ends up, of course, in New York City. And, of course, these are people where you find rich oppressors in Rome, in Miami, and, of course, in the home of all money, New York City. Continue. You want to take it? Go ahead,
Colonel Khan, so we got some footage, if I may, just like you asked
Please.
for, of just a few Sodom LGBTQ responses to the monkeypox, if I may.
Let's check out a couple of them. Throughout them, Marah. Go ahead.
To rise across the country. This map from the CDC shows all the cases in each state right now.
And California is at the top of that list with more cases than any other state in the country. KPX5's Reed Cowan says the tone for the community has changed from concern to anger. Reed?
Well, we know that monkeypox is not a gay disease, but like other outbreaks of illnesses, it is hitting people on the margins first. So today in the Castro, people are demanding more vaccines and better leadership by health officials.
Friends will be texting me and they're saying, I'm trying to get the monkeypox vaccine. I may have been exposed.
In the palm of his hands, Christopher Vasquez shows me the alarm he and others feel through text messages about monkeypox, phone to phone.
How do you find where to go? Because nobody knows what's going on, or the information not found easily.
Vasquez tells me knowing monkeypox is spreading, knowing a vaccine is needed, and not knowing where to get it breeds fear.
And seeing the cases double every single week in the city and in other cities around the country with gay men specifically, it's pretty terrifying for a lot of people.
Today, he's walking his dog, having had his first of 2 shots to be protected against the virus that leaves people with terrible sores and flu-like symptoms. Where he lives in the Castro, his friends are foregoing handshakes. Watch this.
Oh, yeah. I understand. We're actually doing I don't want the monkeypox. No, word of mouth, and that's what gay men are.
That leaves people with terrible sores and flu-like symptoms. Where he lives in the Castro, his friends are foregoing handshakes. Watch this.
Oh, yeah. I understand. We're actually doing I don't want the monkeypox. No, word of mouth, and that's what gay men are really doing, is watching out for each other, spreading as much information as they can.
Today, Senator Scott Wiener and Assemblyman Matt Haney put out a joint statement on Twitter saying we have no time to spare in stopping the spread.
If we don't get ahead of this virus
Could someone pull me the footage of
contain it's not just going to be affecting gay and bi men. It's going to
stop the gay cancer, the gay disease that was killing everybody. Them protesting and making quilts. They made a quilt about as big as this whole damn blockhouse. They made a quilt in Washington, D.C., all to push Congress to find a cure for AIDS, to find something for people to do to stop getting AIDS. It was another epidemic. Gay people, listen, man, I'm trying to help you. Your father hated you. Your mother hated you. But I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to assist you to live a life not so wickedly. I'm trying to help you. Not only do you have to get help with the molestation that you went through, to get help with the kind of home that you grew up in, but you're going to have to learn this hard lesson. You're going to have to learn from your mistakes. That's something that is hard for everyone of every sexual persuasion to do. I was right or wrong.
Right or wrong.
You don't want to be the kind of person that cannot learn from mistakes. And the gay community, you're seeming like people that can't learn from mistakes, Ak. You're seeming like people that are dead set on destruction. Like no matter what happens, you can go through the same thing. Where listen, some of you are not old enough. I remember it because everybody was so terrified of AIDS. There was a time, Yediah, when they didn't know what was causing AIDS. And you didn't know, how to not get it. It was like, oh, he got that shit. He got that stuff. He got it. You staying away from him. They had legions on their face and they were dying. And you didn't know how in the hell, where this AIDS was coming from until people started to say that it was spread in the gay community. Come on.
If I may, sir, they made a movie in the 90s called Philadelphia with Tom Hanks and I believe Denzel.
Yes, it was. They made that movie out because people were terrified of getting AIDS. And that movie, Philadelphia, the premise was this gay man worked at a law firm, but the other lawyers didn't want him around. They didn't want to touch him. They didn't want him breathing on anything. Right. They didn't know how you caught this. So they wanted to get rid of him. And that is what gay people went through in the 80s, because when AIDS first came out, no one really understood it. So now if a gay person was around you or someone with AIDS, man, you fired him. You got rid of him because you didn't know whether or not touching him could get it. Give me another situation. Magic Johnson. Yeah. If we could pull these up, it'd be rough, because Magic Johnson was chosen to go play for the Olympics. And Isaiah Thompson said, I'm withdrawing if Magic Johnson plays because he thought he could catch AIDS from bumping up against him on the damn basketball court. And it was a mess. Like, nobody wanted to play basketball with Magic Johnson. The man was riddled with HIV. No one wanted to be sweating all on him. I remember specifically how they said, well, what if he gets a cut? Woo, if he gets a cut.
I remember that.
And then they thought Magic Johnson was going to give the whole basketball team AIDS. Yep. That was serious thought. Guess what? The homosexuals now are blowing kisses instead of hugs. Yeah. Because they're afraid to touch each other. Yeah. And here's what is so ironically poetic. This time, it's true.
Yeah.
This time you can get it from touching them.
Yeah.
This time, literally, if someone gay works on your job, he could give it to the people on the job from going into the break room and touching them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back during the time of AIDS, that was called ridiculous because they said, well, you can't get it like that. So that was AIDS discrimination.
Right.
Because you couldn't fire someone because you were afraid to touch them. Guess what, Haas? You can get this from touching.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
And
can get it.
they don't want to stop what they're doing. Like the Lord done gave you warnings, man. He done gave you warning upon warning. You want to continue on in your evil filthiness. When are you going to realize that no matter what America say, this lifestyle is against God, and God has punished you directly for what you're doing, man. Like you don't see the evil in what you're doing. You don't see it. You want to think to continue on in your ways the right way. Well, now you can't even hug with each other, embrace each other now because you're afraid of getting monkeypox. You know what I mean? This is like during a time a lot. When they came to the house, Lot said, I give you my daughter. They said, no, we don't want your daughters. We want them men. That's your spirit here today in the land called of America, of our oppressor, man. And because of your choices, same with Magic Johnson, he having sex with prostitutes and all that kind of stuff. They would the Lord punished him and gave him that HIV. You still doing things against the Lord? The Lord is the one who said in the Bible that a man should not label man. The Bible says that, man. Not our words, but the Lord's words. And you still want to go against what he say? Now here go the monkeypox. Y'all thought that at first, you know, they didn't, okay, they had commercials about how now you got a medicine to where your HIV count or your blood count is so low they can't detect the AIDS. You can live normal now. Right? You can do X, Y, Z. Now what you gonna do down with the monkeypox? It's all over the earth. You can't listen, they're gonna look at your hands and see. They're gonna look at your face and see who you are. The Lord is doing this, man. You understand? You better wake up, Israel. You blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. This ain't your choice in life, man. The Lord don't want you dealing with this here. But because you do, you are going to suffer the same fate as our oppressor. It's going to happen. You're walking around out there. Look at this picture right there. The brother with the hands. Oh, that's disgusting, man. Oh, that's nasty as hell. Look at that, man. Look at this. This is the result of the choices you are making in life. This is the result right here.
Real quick, Murad, give me some more about with the homosexuals angry at the doctors.
Got one con, sir.
Flu-like symptoms. Where he lives in the Castro, his friends are foregoing handshakes. Watch this.
Oh yeah, I understand. We're actually doing I don't want the monkeypox. Word of mouth, and that's what gay men are really doing, is watching out for each other, spreading as much information as they can.
Today, Senator Scott Wiener and Assemblyman Matt Haney put out a joint statement on Twitter saying we have no time to spare in stopping the spread.
If we don't get ahead of this virus and contain it, it's not just going to be affecting gay and bi men. It's going to move out into the general population.
The two
Isaiah Thomas, new head coach of FIU. He had the stint with the Knicks, with 12-time All-Star with the Detroit Pistons, also winning that 1981 NCAA title with the Hoosiers. But really, lots of folks with lots of criticism of Thomas these days, including an old friend and rival, Magic Johnson. Just read his latest book written with Larry Bird. Johnson says he was responsible for keeping Isaiah Thomas off the original Dream Team with the help of one Michael Jordan. In the book, Magic also says that Thomas began spreading rumors about Johnson's sexuality. Those rumors followed Magic's diagnosis with HIV. Thomas addressed those rumors in an interview with Andy Katz earlier today.
I've said this on record, off the record. I had no role in starting any kind of rumor, and I'm disappointed that he believes that.
And what's your relationship with him today?
Well, he said we don't have one, so I guess we don't. But I will say this to everyone watching. I hope as two African-American men that we do have the compassion and understanding to one day.
This is a good tape, but I was trying to get to more specific about the touching. Yediah, what do you have?
Conor Wakan, sir. It's about Karl Malone. It's something he said in 1992.
Mm-hmm.
It says during a rugged practice last summer for the U.S. Olympic basketball team, forward Karl Malone looked down and noticed a streak of crimson across his forearm.
Oh boy! So that oh damn, Hans. I would have fainted back then. He saw blood with Magic Johnson in arm's distance. He damn near fainted. Keep going.
Karl Malone stopped, and as action continued around him, he scanned the playing floor from one basket to another, his eyes darting quickly until he found the man he was looking for, Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson was not bleeding. And then they began, you know what I mean, to play this season.
I mean, he saw blood on the floor, and he didn't look all over the whole floor looking for Magic Johnson. Because if Magic Johnson had a cut on him, he would have ran out of there and took 10 showers up.
Yes, sir.
Scared to death. Give me another one, Greg Louganis. Greg Louganis was a diver.
Yeah.
And he had AIDS, HIV.
Yeah.
But he didn't tell anybody. But he went to do a dive, Marah, and bust that head of his to the white meat during a dive and put blood in the pool. And he was so scared he didn't want to tell anybody because he had AIDS, and now he put blood in the pool. And back then, people thought you could catch AIDS from blood in the water. Now, of course, you're more educated. You know you can't get AIDS like that. You can't get AIDS by accident.
Yeah.
If you get AIDS, you went and did something to get it.
Yep.
You had sex with someone with AIDS. 90% of the AIDS cases are from gay men who transacted one to another, right? About 10% or 5% are in heterosexual sex.
Watch this kid's mom's reaction.
Intravenous drug use, all right? The majority of them are from gay sex. But back then, people didn't understand it, and they thought you could get it from just blood anywhere. It was the same hysteria, but worse than it is now. You have Greg Louganis? Go ahead and play that for everyone.
Oh, God. In the springboard preliminaries, Greg Louganis met. Oh, God. In the springboard preliminaries, Greg Louganis met disaster. The usually flawless Louganis had misjudged his ninth dive. It would be one of the most haunting and memorable moments of the game.
He let that noggin
Immediately out of the door was assisted and then went with the doctors into a training room, and they worked on him. Reverse, 1.5 somersault, 3.5 twist.
Blood went in the water. He's got his interviews that he had years later. He told everyone how terrified he was because he didn't tell anybody at the time, but he had AIDS, HIV. And he was scared to death because he as a gay person thought that he could transmit this to the other swimmers by the blood being in the water. And now here we are again, gay people afraid to have sex, afraid to touch each other. Gay people, you got to stop being so hard-headed, man. That happens in life. You got to learn from your mistakes. I'm coming, you die. You got to learn from your mistakes, like all of us. Let me tell you who's just like gay people. Drug addicts.
Yes, sir.
You drug addicts in the goddamn 80s. In the 70s, your whole community wiped out from heroin. 80s, your whole community wiped out from crack. And here we are again.
2022.
How do you even get here? Sometimes I wonder, how are there new drug addicts? How is it possible that there are new drug addicts? I'll tell you, for the same reason there's new gay people. Because you also have new child molesters. New rapists. New people that abuse children. People that harm people when they're young and impressionable. And as long as you have the abuse of children, and as long as you have terrible homes, you're going to have people that just don't learn from their mistakes. That there should be no new drug epidemic.
No.
You think by the 80s, everyone would stay away from drugs. Give me this commercial real fast. Give me this commercial where a man turned into a snake. It was a commercial in the 80s. I remember it so well. They were trying to get us off of that crack, you die. They tried the best they could. Nancy Reagan was like, say no to drugs. It was so many commercials. Your mama's on crack rock. Your mama's on crack rock house. You got to remember that one.
I remember that one.
Oh, my God. It was one where they talked about a drug dealer, and they made it like he became a snake in the end. There was so many promotions, so many, every way they could think of to get us off of the crack that Ronald Reagan was pushing in the black community.
Yes, he was
pushing. But everyone else was like, you got to stop doing this. Ronald Reagan was pushing the drugs. As hard as people were trying to get us off of drugs, Ronald Reagan was trying to get us on drugs.
Yep.
That's the other point of view. I'll get to that. This is the one. I'll get to that later. This is an example of how much we knew. Pause it and started from the beginning. This is an example, Haas, of how much we knew that you had to stop doing drugs in the 80s.
Yeah.
Now, here we are again, addicted to heroin again, calling it Percocet. What's the other pills? Opioids. Oxy is heroin. Percocet is heroin. It's an opioid. Say again? Fentanyl is heroin. Vicodin is heroin. If it's an opioid, it's called that because it comes from opium. If it comes from opium, it's heroin.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Here we are again. Look how hard they tried to get us off of crack and off of drugs in the 80s. Go ahead, play it.
Hey, Jenna, which is why, if I could, real fast.
Go ahead.
When they had the riots, they was raiding the Rite Aids and the pharmacies. They went right to the drugstore aisle and took all the pills out of there. They took every pill out of every drugstore they raided back to when they had them damn riots.
Listen, drug addicts, you hard-headed. Gay people, you hard-headed, man.
Yeah.
You hard-headed. You have got to learn from mistakes. Every man and woman does. You can't just keep doing the thing and the result is terrible and you continue. You don't learn from mistakes. Let me show you this from the 80s. Let's see if it worked.
Hey, little dude, send your mama and daddy out of the room. I gotta get you up on this. You know who I am. Snake, dealing in weed, coke, crack, your choice. Take one hit and you'll do anything to cop more. Steal from your mama, lie, cheat on your homeboys. That's the price you pay when you deal with dudes like me. Now, some folks will tell you that I'm dealing in poison. But hey, do I look like the kind of guy that would do that to a kid like you? Yes.
That shit scared me right now.
Dude, I forgot about that commercial.
Haas.
Oh, I forgot about that commercial.
Haas, they did all they could. Haas. That was on when we were a kid, you know. We was kids. That came on TV. Now, of course, my uncle was smoking crack right behind me, but it was still on, still on the TV.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to, push the crack smoke away from my mouth, but it was on TV. You dying? Go ahead.
If I may, sir, confession good for the soul.
Go ahead.
Like, we used to sit around and get high. My homie said one day, he said, yo, we all let Smokey down.
That's funny. Smokey, right?
Wow.
That was another mascot on TV trying to get these kids not to smoke crack, not to smoke. Drug addicts, you hard-headed. You're addicted to dope into the mid-2000s.
Yeah.
Gay people, you got to learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, come on, man. I know you want to do it. Everybody wants to do a thing that feels good to them, regardless of understanding why it feels good.
Yeah.
There's a reason that destroying yourself feels good, and it comes from the terrible, terrible life you had as a child.
Yeah.
You don't understand it, but it comforts you. All right? But what you should understand is the repercussions is what happens to you. Drug addicts, you're hard-headed.
Yeah.
Gay people, you're hard-headed, man.
Them repercussions is rubbed in on. They don't want to acknowledge that, man. Like, them repercussions is destroy lives and communities, man. And with this monkeypox coming up in here, it's the same exact thing. The Lord said in Revelation 18, man, give me 18:4 real fast. You die? You understand? Like, he telling Black, Hispanic, Native Indians, you better come out of here, man. Yeah. You better stop living like our oppressor, doing the things you can do. Listen, let them do what they do. Let them be who they're going to be. But the Lord didn't call you to be that kind of way, man. You understand? The problem is you want to be included in this society the way you want to be included, because this society feeds your lust. It feeds that little lust you got inside of you, that desire for the evil sexual stuff, it feeds your lust, man, and you like it, you love it. Well, the Lord said, because you love it and you partake in it, you will now catch the sins and the plagues that's gonna come along with it. Yeah. The Lord is punishing them. Yeah, he is. And guess who'll get punished right along with them? You. For doing what they doing. Read for me, you die if you got it, brother.
Con, sir. Revelation chapter 18 and verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plague.
Listen, the Lord saying come out of her. What does that mean? It ain't talking about you got to go live in now in Egypt. Like some of these fools done did, taking you overseas. It's saying take your spirit out of this place, man. Stop living and doing the thing they say is okay to do when you know it's wrong against the Lord. Even animals know the natural cause of things. Animals don't have sex with a male animal is not going to have sex with another male animal. Them two might want to fight. You know what I mean? That's the natural course of things, man. But here you are because of your lust you have inside of you. And they say it's okay to do, you go do. So now there you go. Look at the monkeypox. Because you are now doing the things that God said don't do. And when the Lord gave you AIDS, when the Lord gave you HIV, you ignored it. You said, okay, well, I got a pill now I can take, and it's like I don't have it. Now the Lord giving you something where now you can't even hide that you have AIDS now. Listen, that monkeypox, you can't hide that. Before, you don't know, you can hide the whole AIDS thing and then nobody know, right? Now you got the monkeypox and everybody going to know, man. Because you decided to do the thing that feeds your lust. Now that plague that's coming to earth, now you got to deal with that plague. You die, drop down real fast to verse 7 and 8.
Con, sir. Revelation chapter 18 and verse 7. How much she have glorified herself.
Our oppressive society glorified themselves, man. Same thing happened to the Romans, the Greeks. They glorified themselves. And everybody know through history, the Greeks and the Romans were flaming homosexuals. Like that was their society. They pushed that, man. You understand what I'm saying? In that movie Gladiator, they asked the cat, do you want a girl or boy? What do you want? What do you want? You want a girl? You want a boy? What do you want? They put it in the movies, man. So they done glorified themselves. Go ahead.
Con, and live deliciously.
They live, man. They down with every lust that can make them feel good. That's why the black man and woman love the Christian church. Because the Christian church will make you feel good. They don't check you for the evil you're doing, but it makes you feel good. It makes you fulfill them lusts. Man, go ahead.
Con, sir. So much torment and sorrow give her.
Now, because that the Lord give them torment and sorrow, man. He torment them right now. Right now, they're being tormented. Can't even shake and embrace somebody now, man. You're scared now because you might get the monkeypox. And it's so crazy, the Lord is targeting a certain genre of people. He is targeting the same ones he told to stop having sex with each other. He is targeting you now because of what you're doing. Because of sexual choices, man. Go ahead.
Con, sir. I sit a queen and am no widow and shall see no sorrow.
That's what our oppressive society thinks. That they're not going to be able to see no sorrow. They're not going to happen to them. Well, the Lord showed you. You thought you had COVID on the wraps, right? They thought they had COVID on the wraps, right? And COVID was going to be the end of it. Now here go monkeypox. Here we go. The Lord know what he's doing, man. And you deserve what you're getting for what you're doing to be evil, man. Go ahead.
Con, verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day.
And out of nowhere came monkeypox. I mean, out of nowhere. Here come the monkeypox. Plagues in one day. Go ahead.
Death and mourning.
There you go. Go ahead.
And famine.
There you go. You know what I mean? Because you have earned the punishment that comes from the Lord. You done had us in slavery for all this time and still continue to enact laws that are against us. You know what I mean? That go against what we live and how we live and to further suppress us. And you are pushing and fueling the lust. And a lot of people love to have it so, man. They love to follow them. Whatever makes them feel good, oh, they love to do it, man. Now you are paying for what makes you feel good. You did it because it makes you feel good? Here's your payment, monkeypox. And this one, you can't hide. At least when you had HIV, nobody knew unless you told somebody. Now, here you go. You got it. You can't hide it now. The whole earth going to know you got it. This is the Lord marking you for going against them.
Give him a hand. That's a damn fact.
And
And also, of course, back in the 80s, the UPK showed that AIDS was in the Bible.
Yeah.
HIV is in the Bible. Yeah. Tonight, I'm going to show you that monkeypox is in the Bible. Monkeypox is in the Bible. AIDS is in the Bible. We'll play a few more clips of gay people being angry at doctors for trying to save their lives. And then I'll show you that monkeypox is in the Bible. Marah.
How about any
Ned? Ned, come on, man.
It's not about gay. How about not any orgies?
Go look at the New England Journal's report that NBC News reported on Friday, in which of the 528 cases they reviewed, 95% were sex between men. I think we actually have to have a serious conversation about where this is coming from.
Do you believe in math, gay people? For years, I don't know. They call us stupid. Yeah. They say that we don't believe in science. I don't know about you gay people. Seem like you don't believe in science and math. Yeah. You conscious people out there. I don't know if y'all believe in science. I think that the UPK believes in math and science. You're telling me that a disease is not a gay disease when 95% of the people that get it are gay? Yo, you don't believe in science. The UPK believes in science, facts. That's what we believe in because we are in the truth.
Yes, sir.
We believe what's true, regardless of how we feel, regardless of what our orientation is. We believe in the truth. Gay people, drug addicts, Christians, you don't believe in the truth.
Nope.
Come on, Marah.
And General, that other 5% is that catch on the down low.
If I could.
The catch trying to hide it, and now they spread it to the system.
I said it's 100%. I said the 5% lying about being gay. Is that what you're saying, huh?
Yes, sir.
Seems like that's what he's saying.
That's what it is. Yeah.
All right. Keep going, Marah.
Go look at the New England Journal's report that NBC News reported on Friday, in which of the 528 cases they reviewed, 95% were sex between men. I think we actually have to have a serious conversation about where this is coming from. When I'm done, Brad, you can talk. Instead of going crazy and declaring a national pandemic when 3,000 people have it right now, it's insane.
I don't know, man. You don't have to be gay to get monkeypox, and you don't have to be bigoted when you talk about treating something that is that easily spread. Marie.
It's not bigoted.
Yeah, it is.
This is science, Kennedy. 95% of the cases from the New England Journal.
You know what? I'm going to let Brad respond. Okay, I'm going to let Brad respond because.
That 95% of them are homosexual. Like, what is there to argue about?
They don't want you saying it's a gay disease.
Ain't that something? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they mad at the doctor. They mad at the doctor. Wow. Listen, I remember, brother, when I went to the doctor when they had the Ebola epidemic. And I went to the doctor's office, and the first thing the doctor said was, have you been to sub-Saharan Africa?
Yeah.
And I remember going, no, I ain't been to no goddamn sub-Saharan Africa. But listen, I can't get mad at the woman for asking.
Yeah.
Why? Because they're doctors. I ain't no doctor.
Yes, sir.
They know who's catching this.
Yes, sir.
So before I go into the doctor, they want to know, have you been to sub-Saharan Africa? Yeah. Because if so, I'm about to put on a lead suit.
To protect myself
from you.
Yeah.
I can't get mad at the woman. They want to know, have you been here? When the COVID outbreak was going on, well, have you been traveling? Where have you been? Yes, have you been to these places where they have COVID? You're telling me they could do it for the COVID-19 virus. They could ask if you've been traveling to other countries. If you travel to COVID hotspots, have you been to New York? Have you been to different cities that are COVID hotspots? They can't ask a gay man who walks in there with chocolate chips all over his damn face. Ooh. They can't ask him, are you gay? Damn. I mean, can I ask you so I can get to the bottom of this? Gay people don't want to learn that. And they're no different than you drug addicts. A lot of you smoking weed right now listening to this show. You high every time you listen to this show, feeling bad about getting high. We're on the show telling you to stop getting high. Yet you don't call us to get our help. Yet you continue to smoke weed thinking that you don't have a choice. You're hard-headed too. You're just like the gay people. You're just like a gay man. Come on, Moreau.
Kind of Macan, sir. This one right here is a little, it's real vivid.
That's what we need. Oh boy, I hope I didn't ask for it and I don't want it. Is this bad? I don't think I saw this one, Moreau. Don't scare me out of here.
I'm not sure if it has sound to it.
Sound is
Okay.
good. I bought.
She said this is the progress
This is all right.
of her face. Okay. This is how she was looking on day 6. Okay. Day 8. Day 9. And they were even in her mouth. Okay. I've seen people with chicken pox and it was in their mouth as well. That's day 12. So it seemed like it got worse as it got longer and then it gets better. Okay. So she said she came out to be transparent, to let us know what she's going through. I appreciate the transparency. I'm not gonna lie, it's got me highly nervous. Okay, just people sometimes they can be huggy.
And let me tell you something. There must be a
they
lust
can,
out there for attention. Because why in the hell would someone who has monkeypox put their face on TV
want the whole
on
world.
the internet? I don't understand that. You need to be hiding under your goddamn bed until you clear that situation up. But instead, they're on the internet showing everybody the lumps and bumps in the back of their damn head and throat and all over their face. Lord be with you, man. Lord be with you. Listen, I would have you be better and have you be healed.
Moving on to my story about actually why be.
Go ahead.
That's America. Feed their lust. They got to be seen and heard.
Jesus.
Somebody got to be seen and heard all the time. I always got to say what you feel. Yeah.
I mean, something. Come on, Mariah, I got to go.
There's been a lot of cases in men who have sex with men.
Yeah.
That has been.
CDC officials sound the alarm for gay and bisexual men, which are the same thing. Let's clear that up tonight if I could, Hans.
Yeah.
Bisexual is something
Yeah.
invented by white people to make gay people not feel gay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Bisexual doesn't exist.
Yeah.
That's not real. Bisexual. I don't know when they invented that word, Udiah. I want to say it was the 70s to just make gay men not feel gay, because they have sex with a woman sometime. It doesn't matter whether or not you have sex with a woman. See, having sex with a woman sometime is not the relevant information. It's having sex with a man anytime, ever, under any situation. That's what makes you gay. Am I blowing your mind with all that? That's the thing that makes you gay. What makes you, it doesn't make you heterosexual because sometimes you might have sex with a woman, right? This is what makes you gay. If you have sex with a man under any situation at all, period, then you're gay. If you go to prison and have sex with punks, you're homosexual.
Yeah.
If you have sex with men because they offered you $1 billion, you're gay.
Yes, sir.
A heterosexual man, let me explain heterosexualness to you because I'm from the UPK.
That's right.
I follow Commander General Yohanna.
Damn right.
And we are the last bastion of masculinity on the earth.
Damn right.
Give that a hand.
Damn right.
This is the last home of manhood.
Damn right.
Of true masculinity. Not toxic masculinity, but heroic masculinity.
Damn right.
That's what we have in the UPK. This is where men are men in here. And I'll explain manhood to you. Man, it doesn't make you a man because you will have sex with a woman. That's not what makes you a man, right? Real men would never have sex with a man under any circumstance. Not for $1 billion.
That's right.
Not because there was no women around. Yep. Not because they were high and drunk. You are only heterosexual if you would never ever have sex with a man.
Damn right, sir.
Now, that should be simple enough to understand. For those of you brothers that would suck a penis for $1 billion, you're gay. That means you're gay now.
Gotta work on.
Right? If you would have sex in prison, why? Because ain't no women around. What else am I supposed to do? You're gay.
Yeah.
And you'll have sex out here while there's plenty of women around.
Yep.
Okay? You're a homosexual. Being bisexual is a myth. It's propaganda. It's a marketing tool to make gay people feel comfortable and feel less gay. Is that enough, you guys? Can I move on? All right, go ahead. Next. Come on. Haas.
Bisexual, right? I knew a cat. I knew a sister that I used to work with.
Okay.
And I found out a sister I worked with used to deal with some young cat that I knew lived around my neighborhood, right? Back down there in southwestern Philly.
Mm-hmm.
And she was dealing with him. And here go the whole bisexual thing. They say bisexual deal with a man and woman, but when you're dealing with that woman, she has the strap on, and she dealing with you.
Yikes!
You understand?
And that's a woman.
And that's a woman. So now you're having sex with a woman,
There
but
you go.
she dealing with you. She got a strap on. She told me she should wear the strap on this cat. I said, "You kidding me?" I said, "Yo, he used to be the cat that I watched him grow up and try to stop me from the streets, and he couldn't come out of the streets. He'd shoot everything up, lock, shoot everybody up the whole nine." He's getting his butt tore up in the damn bedroom by this female that wore a strap on.
So now,
and she said she enjoyed it.
Now I'm sure he says to himself, he's not gay because she's a woman. He's gay. He's gay. Okay, he wants to be gay, but he's afraid of the stigma and afraid of all that. But he's a homosexual man.
And she said he like to get spanked and beat.
And let me blow your mind with this too. He was also having sex with men.
Yep.
Right, and that's why he likes it. You get my point. Once you taste peach cobbler, you might want it again. You get my point? This cat done had gay sex.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's asking his woman to mimic the gay sex. Like, can you do it to me the way Jerry does it? I'm trying to help you heterosexual brothers out.
Yeah.
Okay. You're only heterosexual if you would never have sex with a man.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yep.
Okay. That's all. Okay. Let's keep going. Play the video.
The main thing. So I tried to look into this to try and see what was going on, why that was the case. Now I heard a bunch of different things, and I actually read this article in Science that is talking about a recent study, and I mean very recent, as in it came out I think last week, or the article came out about last week, and it took 152 patients, asked them to fill out questionnaires. Had 151 of them said they were men who had sex with men, and they were trying to. This article is kind of going into the reasons why that might be the case. So just right off the bat, why do you think you might be?
He said they had 152 people that had the monkeypox, and they asked them if they was gay. 151 of them were gay.
like this crazy, Joe.
Oh God!
And they proud.
Oh,
okay, they
my.
proud to say that.
Oh,
like they're very proud and very,
man.
Oh yes, this is who I am.
We gotta be better, man. Come on, y'all. Let's get right. You gotta learn from your mistakes. You got to learn from your mistakes. You got to see, okay, I did that. All right. I was into that. Clearly, God does not want this for me, right? I caught AIDS in the 80s. I'm getting monkeypox in the 2000s. Clearly, I need a life change.
Yeah,
come on. I don't know. Why do I have to break these things down? Why do I have to do it? Yediah, is there anything else? Come on. That's what he said, Yediah. Like I said, the last one was gay too. He's just lying. He's lying. The 152 was just lying about being gay. Go ahead. Any more, you dying? If you think it, if you did you watch it? Does it seem good? Okay, 1 or 2 more minutes. Go ahead.
More of this in men who have sex with men.
Well, I mean, if it's anything like the transmission sort of vector for AIDS, it's because you're now maybe I'm showing my ignorance here, but I think you're more likely to sort of open blood vessels during sex with men when you're a man than you are in vaginal sex.
So that's not actually it's not really an STD technically, right? So this isn't the sort of that's not the sort of prevailing theory. Like perfectly valid one.
No,
but it's actually, as far as I'm aware, people are not really pointing out the specific sex that gay men tend to have as being the sort of culprit.
Which is why that first video was so important, because gay people are afraid not just to have sex with each other, but to shake each other's hand.
Yes, sir.
Do you know what that means, Murad?
Yes, sir.
You know who else is about to get monkeypox? All of you women with gay friends.
Yep.
Oh, if you're a woman, a black and Hispanic woman with a gay friend, you're about to get monkeypox.
Yep.
Because now this disease is so powerful in that it's not just going to get transmitted because you had sex with a gay person. It's going to be transmitted because you touched one.
Yep.
Because you shook his hand.
Yep.
We showed that earlier. Gay people don't want to shake each other's hand anymore. They don't want to shake each other's hand hello. They're blowing kisses from far away from each other. Well, guess what? Your wife goes over and hugs and kisses some gay man.
Cases of monkeypox.
You women with gay friends, you're going to get monkeypox.
Yep.
You're going to be able to see who's gay and who is friends with someone gay because of monkeypox. Now, what did I tell you earlier? First, give me AIDS in the Bible. Give me that. This was brought out on the streets all over the world, out of Harlem, man. Out of Harlem, the brothers will bring out this scripture right here in the middle of the AIDS epidemic, trying to save the life of sinners, like Lot did in Sodom and Gomorrah. That's what the UPK has been doing, brother. Trying to save the lives of sinners like Lot in Sodom and Gomorrah. Lot offered his daughters and said, brothers, do not so wickedly. That's what we're telling you, man. Do not so wickedly. Don't do this thing. Stop this. But they would not hear it in Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah.
And they groped at the door, being struck with blindness because of the curse of their sin. They groped at the door to find men to have sex with. That's what you're doing in America right now. If you're still being gay or even going around someone gay, you're doing that. You're doing what they did in Sodom and Gomorrah. When they refused to turn from their sin, even though they were struck with blindness by God, they groped at the door, trying to find the men that they wanted to rape and have sex with. How would you be cursed and continue? Why would you suffer the way you're suffering and continue? AIDS is in the Bible, and so is monkeypox. Please.
Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination.
This is in the book of Leviticus, man, the Old Testament. The Lord said, if a man lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, and the Lord didn't give you a circumstance that allowed it. You're not allowed it because you were offered $1 billion. You're not allowed it because you're in prison. You're not allowed it because your woman is getting on your nerves. If a man lies with mankind as he lies with a woman, go ahead.
Both of them have committed an abomination.
Both of them, both men have committed an abomination. Go ahead.
Right. Sir. They shall surely be put to death.
They shall surely be put to death. You die. You die for committing the act of homosexual sex. Now, this is written thousands of years ago. You saw it happen in the 80s. You saw it happen. Continue.
Sir. Their blood shall be upon them.
Say that one more time.
Their blood shall be upon them.
There was a time when people thought from touching Magic Johnson, you could get AIDS. From hugging him, you could get AIDS. That wasn't true. You couldn't get AIDS from touching someone that was gay. You couldn't get AIDS because he worked in your workplace and he touched the coffee cup. You couldn't get AIDS like that. AIDS was transmitted through the blood. Here it is in the Bible. Thy blood shall be upon them. The Most High is so poetic, so poignant, and so prophetic. So prophetic. Now here we are, the gay community being wiped out, devastated by a blood disorder. By a blood disorder, a hepatitis disorder, a blood disorder. We brought that out on the street. Now here we are in 2022. you're going to give me Galatians 6 and 8. You're going to hold that. Now, AIDS was transmitted because of gay sex, just like the Bible says. The Bible says if man lie with mankind, his blood shall be upon them. And now a disease came called HIV/AIDS that destroyed them. That's a blood disorder. Now, what's here now? Read.
Galatians chapter 6 and verse 8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption.
Read that again.
For he that soweth to his flesh.
Let me say, hold up. There's sin in there?
Sir.
Read the verse above it.
Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
Don't be fooled. God is not mocked, meaning God cannot be made ashamed or made fun of. No one can go to God and say, you said it, but it didn't happen. You said I would die for committing these acts, but I didn't die. You said I would be punished for doing this, but I didn't get punished. God ain't going to be mocked up. If he said you're going to pay for something, you're going to pay for it.
Yes, sir.
Because otherwise you would be able to mock him and say that his word doesn't matter. Don't be deceived. Don't be lied to. God is not mocked. This whole world might have taught you that you are free sexually. You're not.
Nope.
You're not free sexually. This world might have taught you that your body belongs to you. It doesn't. This world might have taught you that you have the choice to kill your baby or to keep your baby because it's your body. Your body belongs to God.
That's right.
Your body is his property. Your body is his house.
That's right.
And you live in it by his will alone. And if you disobey him or dishonor his house, he simply kicks you out like any good father would.
Yep.
Monkeypox is in the Bible. God is not mocked. Keep going.
Sir. Galatians chapter 6 and verse 8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption.
If you whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. What you plant, you're going to grow. And if you sow in your flesh corruption, read.
But he that soweth to the spirit.
No, read it again.
For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption.
You shall of your flesh reap corruption.
Yep.
Monkeypox is in the Bible.
Yep.
It's in the Bible. This is a disease that is in your flesh.
Yes, sir.
Like how I said, you can see it.
Yeah.
It's right here.
Yeah.
It's in your flesh. It's on your tongue and your chin and your face and your back and your hands.
Your tongue.
Why? Because you sowed it in your flesh. Do you understand? You planted this disease in your flesh, and now it shows in your flesh. Read it again. 8.
For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption.
That's monkeypox. You sowed wickedness in your flesh, and your flesh reaped. Now, I'll break it down one more time for you dummies out there that go to church. What is the sowing and the reaping metaphor? Who knows? Marah. What's sowing and reaping? What is that?
Salaki, sir, the metaphor for how you plant something.
Planting. The metaphor of sowing and reaping is planting and growing, right? So you sow is to plant. You sowed corruption in your flesh. You were a homosexual. You were kissing homosexuals on the cheek, hugging them and touching them instead of admonishing them so you could save their life. Instead, you were going to parties with them, hanging with them, kissing them, hugging them like crazy because, of course, so many brothers and sisters from the gay community, they're like junkies for touching. Like that's a very touchy-feely community, Yediah. You see them all the time. They tons of kissing and hugging and always kissing and hugging constantly because most of them are children who were hurt as a child and they're looking to feel love from a good parent, from a good friend. So if they're friends with your wife, every day at work, they're hugging your wife and kissing your wife. They're constantly touching, hugging, and kissing, taking that Molly. And after that Molly, they're sweating. They never wear a shirt. Let me tell you, you gay brothers something too. Put a damn shirt on up. Put a shirt on. I'm tired of telling you, put a goddamn shirt on. You never have a shirt on. You're touching your skin on everybody, spreading monkeypox like the goddamn welfare cheese. Put a shirt on. You're spreading monkeypox.
Yeah.
Now, and because you plant this, you reap it in your flesh. What does the term reap mean? It grows.
Yep.
You are growing things out of your flesh.
Yes, sir.
It's directly related to planting. When you plant an apple seed, an apple tree grows. You plant a cucumber seed, a cucumber grows. You planted sin, and now sin is growing out of your flesh. Read again, Yediah.
Conor Wakan, Galatians chapter 6 and verse 8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption.
Now you are growing, sprouting sin all over your mouth and back. Why? Because you planted it in your flesh. You sowed it in your flesh. Now it's sprouting out of your flesh like a vegetable. Like a vegetable. This is what you should do. And this is what you women who are friends with gay people should have been telling them. Instead of smoking all their weed, using them for money. A lot of you black women, you know these gay people are lonely and sad.
Yep.
You know they're totally depressed and sad. And you know they got mother issues in their mind because they associate themselves with their mother.
Yep.
Because their mother was the only one that was nice to them while the stepfather molested them or everybody else beat them up. And their mother was the one person that they patterned themselves after. So, and you black women know that. You know that about gay men. But you run around them trying to have fun, having them do your hair. You're always letting some gay man do your hair. You let that gay man do your hair if you want. You're getting monkeypox. You're getting monkeypox from getting those braids. You need the braids and the press on and the front laid down. What's that thing in the front they like to talk about laying down? Lace fronts. You're getting that homosexual to put that lace front on. That lace front is going to be riddled with monkeypox. Riddled with it. You're drinking wine with him, white wine for some reason. I'm not saying white wine is gay, you die. Okay? I'm sure it's refreshing. Okay, but I do notice a lot of gay men like to drink the red wine. I'm not a doctor. I'm not associated with it. But this much I'm telling you. You're drinking with these gay people. You're letting them do your hair constantly, taking good jobs from a good woman. A good woman out there can't get a job because some gay man is doing all the frontals. And a good sister can't even work because all the gay men are dressing the women and doing their hair. Well, guess what? You're getting monkeypox for that.
Yep.
You know why? Because you planted it in your flesh and it's going to sprout out of your flesh. It's going to grow out of your flesh. This is what you should be doing. Read it, Yediah.
Conor Wakan, Galatians chapter 6 and verse 8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption.
Keep going.
But he that soweth to the spirit.
See, hold up, Yediah. See, listen, we're a love group. This is love, man.
Yeah.
You think that people love you who cause you to get monkeypox? Come on. Come on. Okay, what happened to you? You got monkeypox. You got AIDS, you got HIV, and you got monkeypox. You're in prison. You're homeless. You think the people that told you you should get high love you? The people that told you that it was your choice who you have sex with love you? You're living on someone's couch. You're poor and suffering and dying. You have warrants, and you're covered in monkeypox. You think they love you? We love blacks and Hispanics.
That's right.
We love you.
Damn right.
Bro, I can tell you how while y'all shy. Let me have a quick drink, huh?
Damn right, gentlemen.
This scotch don't give you monkeypox. We love you. Instead of planting sin in your flesh and then sin sprouting from your flesh, growing from your flesh, you reaping sin to your flesh.
Yeah.
You should do what again? Read that, Yediah.
Conor Wakan, but he that soweth to the spirit.
You should sow to the spirit, man. I know your body wants to be gay. I get it. Just like plenty of people, their body wants to get high. Their body wants to pull this baby out of her womb and throw it in the trash because she's too poor to take care of it. I get it. There's a lot of things that your body wants to do, but you cannot sow to your body. You can't give your body what it wants. You should plant in your spirit. You should do the things that God wants you to do, which in many cases, if not all cases, will be against what your body wants.
Yes, sir.
It will be against what your flesh wants. Your flesh wants to be gay. So now your flesh has pox all over it. Your spirit wants to be a better man than the person that molested you. That's what your spirit wants to be, man. You don't want to be the same kind of person that molested you. You want to be a man. You want to be a hero. And we're showing you how to be a hero. But to be a hero is spiritual, man. It doesn't make you come to be a hero. It doesn't get you high to be a hero. But spiritually, it is absolutely gratifying. And you have to sow in your spirit. You have to do that thing that satisfies the Spirit of God in you that wants to be a hero, not the flesh that wants you to give yourself pleasure. Continue.
Colonel Khan, shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting.
And now because of that, because you planted something in your spirit of the Spirit, you reap life everlasting. No more death, man. No more epidemics. Aren't you sick of epidemics?
Yeah.
Come on, Knock. You got to be tired of epidemics. You're not tired of it enough yet? What are we going to have? Another one? Another one. Nigga, we all hard-headed then.
Yep.
If we want another epidemic, another one. You haven't suffered with some brother that lost his parents because of COVID? We have. We got to go talk to people whose mother is dead, father is dead, uncle's dead. We're sick of dying. You're not? God, this can't just be us out. I'm tired of it. You get me? I'm sick of it. Of the death. Now, for the life of me, I don't know why everyone else is just content with going on like this.
Like it's normal.
Why don't you get fed up with dying? Why don't you learn from your mistakes? Like you would ask a child to. There's no more than you would ask a child. Hey, listen, don't do that again. You broke your leg when you did that the last time. You went to the emergency room when you did that the last time. Don't you just ask a child to learn from his mistakes?
Right.
You do the same, all right? You do the same. All right, come on. The next topic. Salakia. Go ahead.
Next story, sir.
Please.
Bill Russell's daughter's account of racism he faced resurfaces. NBA legend Bill Russell's daughter's account of the racism he endured is being shared on social media after his death.
I totally forgot about this. Hold on. Okay. Bill Russell. Bill Russell died. That was an old school brother. Give Bill Russell a hand, man. Oh, man. Bill Russell played basketball, right? In the 60s? Damn. In the 50s, huh? Bill Russell played basketball in the 50s. And he was a civil rights pioneer. Right? He was an excellent basketball player, won 11 championships. I believe he died. That's the most by anybody, right? He won 11 championships. Michael Jordan won 6. This cat won 11 basketball championships. And all while he was doing it was fighting terrible racism in Boston. He played for the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics have the reputation for being one of the most racist sports cities in America. Boston, of course, what they say about Boston is true. But let me tell you something else. Every city is racist.
Yep.
Every last one of them. If you want to go research Jackie Robinson, everybody loves Jackie Robinson. Well, what city gave Jackie Robinson the worst hell? The Philadelphia Phillies.
Yeah.
Gave him the worst hell. I forget the cat's name. I used to know it. Some famous baseball player that played while Jackie Robinson was playing. And he would call him nigger and roll watermelons out to him every time he came to Philadelphia. Oh, it's a name. Oh, it's like, it's not Ty Cobb. It's some name. Ashburger. Someone found him, the baseball player that hated Jackie Robinson for the Phillies. Anyway, Bill Russell was a civil rights pioneer because he faced the racism. He stood up to it, and he played basketball. Come on. Is it Ben Chapman? That's it. Ben Chapman. Ooh, he gave Jackie Robinson hell. Which is, if I could digress for a second, Oz. Whenever people celebrate civil rights icons, I never understand why they don't talk about what they overcame or who they overcame to be civil rights icons. How do you not blame white people but yet credit civil rights icons? If Jackie Robinson and Bill Russell are heroes, then why aren't the people that they fought villains?
Right.
That's what I'll never get.
They don't want to bring that out.
Yeah, I mean, okay, if the first black astronaut had to overcome such racism to be the first black astronaut, and she's a hero, why aren't white people villains? Why aren't the people, the system, the society that she had to claw and scratch and fight, what? To fly an airplane. This nigga had to do all this to play basketball. Well, let's see what he went through first. Give me the story that happened to him when they broke into his house. When he couldn't find a place to live at all. No one would take him. Now remember now, he's rich at that time. Rich. But he can't live in it, and he can't live in any white neighborhood. And finally, he found a house. Do I need to tell the story, or do you have it? You die. Let me know. I'm gonna start the story right now, House, if I could.
Yes, sir.
What's his name again? Bill Russell. Bill Russell signed to play basketball with the Boston Celtics. And he went to go live in a neighborhood that was, accommodating to someone of his wealth. He, of course, did not go to live in a black neighborhood. He went to live in a white neighborhood. No white neighborhood would have him. None. He travels everywhere in Boston. They won't give him a house. And he plays for their basketball team. You die.
Conor McCon. She also recalled how her family had once come home from a weekend away.
Pause. He can't find any place to rent him, to sell him a home. Finally, he finds a suburb about 45 minutes outside of Boston, and they're willing to sell him a home. He moved into the home. He went away for the weekend, and this is what happened. You die.
Conor McCon, sir, to find that they had been burglared. It's like
he left. He came back. The house had been burglarized. Go ahead.
Our house was in shambles, and nigga was spray painted on the walls.
He comes back. The house was burglarized, put in shambles, meaning wrecked, and someone spray painted nigger on the walls. Now remember, he's playing basketball for their team. Do you understand, Yediah? This isn't a rival team. This is their team, the team of the people that are burglarizing his home and spray painting nigger on the wall. But keep going.
Conor McCon, the burglars had poured beer on the pool table.
The burglars went to his pool table, poured beer all over it. Go ahead.
Conor McCon, and ripped up the felt. They had broken.
They ripped the felt up, that green, nice felt from those old school pool tables. Haas, go ahead.
Conor McCon, they had broken into my father's trophy case and smashed most of the trophies.
They smashed all his trophies. He plays for their team. Yep. And guess what? He won them 11 championships.
Yes, he did.
11. Keep going.
Conor McCon, sir. Conor McCon. It says, I was petrified and shocked at the mess. Everyone was very upset. The police came, and after a while they left. And it was then that my parents pulled back their bed covers to discover.
After the police left, Haas, they wrecked the pool table, ripped the green felt all over it, off it, wrecked all of his trophies, spray paint nigger on the wall. Once the cops left, they went at night. They went to go to sleep for the night. It had been a rough day, Haas. They had a very rough day after the house had been burglarized. The least they wanted is just to get a good night's rest after all of that trouble. When the police left, they pulled back the covers to get a good night's rest. Yediah?
Conor McCon, sir. It was then when my parents pulled back their bed covers to discover that the burglars had defecated in their bed.
Shit in the bed, House. Defecated in the bed. He won him 11 championships.
Yes, he did.
Defecated in the man's bed.
Yes, he did.
Yediah?
They won the championship that year.
That year. That year.
You know what, it took me to leave out of Philly to find out everything about outside of Philly. when I went in our Precious military, and I started researching about the KKK, I thought Georgia was the worst place with the most KKK members. Pennsylvania was number 1 or number 2. Atlanta and Pennsylvania were like 1 and 2 together. And I said, hold up, Pennsylvania? Wait a minute, what's going on? I mean, it was a whole other world outside of PA, outside of Philly. And them cats is racist as hell. Them cats is the KKK, the skinheads, the whole nine. And I didn't know it. I said, wow, yo, I just thought Philly was it's so much out here that we don't know about, man. And we got to understand something. They don't want us included in their society no matter what happens, man. I got a story that I found to save. I'm glad we came up with this story here. Where now, I sent it to you, Dad. Check your text. You got it? Pull it up for me. Where now, they're saying that Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Kyler Murray, they ain't top-tier football players.
Now, that was a story. That was a big story.
Yeah.
That was one.
Yeah. You got it? They're not top-tier football players. They made a comment. They seen this cat named Daniel Jones who played out of Duke and said, now we done found ourselves a quarterback because he looks like one. And there's certain things they said in this article that remind me of what I went through as a young man growing up. Like, they believe that you got all this athletic prowess, but you don't know what to do with it. You got to be led the right way. And we're not natural leaders, according to them. Now, they die if I could, brother. You got that article? Go to the part that's highlighted where they say about when you go down, and it says this: if NFL GMs, because they seen Daniel Jones and the general managers of the NFL, they said, sir, he looks like a quarterback. Ain't got to do with his skills. He just looked the parts. Right? Now, go ahead, bro. Let me know when you're there. Boom, boom, boom. When you go into the story, it says NFL reminds Lamar Jackson. Go down, and you see it says, if NFL GMs believe. You see it? Here, take my phone. You take my phone right there. I got it right there in the store. You see it? You got it? Most High in Christ. All right. Now go ahead. Now, General, check this out.
Go ahead.
The same thing, and this one reminds me of. What's that song by Marvin Gaye? What's going on? What's going on? Way back then, he sung about the same issues that we're dealing with right now in 2022. The same thing's going on. Like that book, $40 Million Slave. Same thing. Same thing going on. Now read the article, brother.
Khan, it says, if NFL GMs believe that Daniel Jones looks like a quarterback.
It said looks like a quarterback, General. I ain't say he can play like one. I ain't say he had no damn skills. He just looked like he had quarterback. Just got the look. Go ahead.
Khan, then it's probably why so many throughout the league don't respect Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson be killing him up and down the field. Go ahead.
Patrick Mahomes.
Went out there, Patrick Mahomes went and got him a Super Bowl. The bull bad as I don't know what. Go ahead.
Kyler Murray and other black quarterbacks.
See, ain't that something, General?
Amazing.
Because of the look. Go down a little bit more. Where it says this week.
Khan. This week, we were quickly reminded that all the progress that had been made on the field when it comes to the black quarterbacks in the NFL is surface level at best.
Same thing that happened to, what's that cat name that played with Tampa Bay? And he went to Washington and got that Super Bowl. Listen, Doug, what's his name? Doug
Williams.
Doug Williams. He broke records in that Super Bowl that has never been unbroken yet. A black quarterback. He went in there and killed them in that Super Bowl. And here is the same issues he dealt with back then. Bill Russell dealt with before him. And now in 2022, the same exact issues are dying. Go ahead.
If I may, sir, they made Warren Moon play 5 years in Canada, and all he did was win the championship every year.
Go ahead.
All right, yeah, go down with one more part of the paragraph, brother, where it says, these are examples of coded language.
Khan, these are examples of coded language that they always have been used to attack black quarterbacks. They're never intelligent because they rely on pure athleticism.
You see that? Like you got to be, you ain't smart because you got skills as far as athleticism. Right now they try to kill Jalen Hurts because they saying he can't throw the ball right. You understand? They talk about him like a dog. When the cat got all kind of skills and broke. Listen, they forgot that he broke records.
That's the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, he broke records when he played with Oklahoma that they forgetting about. He was top in the nation and broke all kind of records, and they forgot about all that. But he can't throw the ball. He like to run the ball. He can't throw the ball. You know what I mean? Keep on reading.
Conor McCon, sir. Conor McCon. They're never like they aren't leaders of men, and their ability to create is a direct correlation to them not being prepared.
Go ahead.
But most importantly, for many, they just don't look like a quarterback.
That's the same, man. You see that, man? The Lord said this to y'all, Israel, that this is not our rest. And we better understand that. The more and more you try to capitulate to society, the more and more they're going to reject you. They're going to. You can do everything they tell you to do, and they're going to reject you. Why? Because you are not them, and they are not you.
Give him a hand. Yeah.
And listen, General Daniel Jones is garbage. I'm telling you, the cat is garbage. Like, he trash as a quarterback. He trash.
Once again, this is the problem with the civil rights movement and the problem with black athletes. None of us are willing to learn from our mistakes. Yeah. Years from now, they're going to talk about people like Colin Kaepernick. They're going to talk about black quarterbacks like they're heroes because they overcame oppression, but they will never blame the oppressor. And if you don't blame the villain, he just continues to oppress the next generation.
Yep.
You didn't blame white people and the Republicans and the Democrats for the drug epidemic. You just fought to get off of drugs. So what happened? You fought to get off of drugs, but the villain was still there. So he put the next generation on drugs. If you don't fight the person that is oppressing you, if you don't call him out, Jackie Robinson was a hero because he fought oppression. Who did he fight? What's the name of the person? What's that cat's name again? Give me all the names of everyone who abused Jackie Robinson. And let me know if you've ever heard his name before in your life. Just Google him. What are the names of the people that yelled nigger and that hated a Bill Russell? What are the names of the people that did not want black quarterbacks to play in the NFL? You know the name of the black quarterback, but you should know the name of the bastard that tried to keep him out of the NFL. If you don't blame the oppressor, he lives on to oppress the next generation. You have to blame him. You have to shame him. That's in the Bible. Shame shall cover thee.
That's right, sir.
Shame shall cover thee because of the murder of thy brother Jacob. What do you have?
Ben Chapman.
Ben Chapman. Have you ever heard that name before in your life?
Sir.
Never. Well, this bastard was famous for oppressing Jackie Robinson. You know about Jackie Robinson, but you don't know him. And because of that, they do it again. They do it again. Now, who is Colin Kaepernick? He's the new one they'll write books about. Who's the villain? The NFL is the villain.
Yes, sir.
That's who the villain is.
Yes, sir.
If you're going to talk about Colin Kaepernick, you better start talking about the NFL or else they're going to do it again, and they already are.
Listen, General, they got a one cat. What's that cat name that used to be a coach? Ben Flores. And he's suing the NFL right now for the same exact thing. Like, it's the same thing, like you said, over and over again. There is a villain. But you are too afraid to expose the villain.
Name him. You won't just, this is who did it. There are people that call Jackie Robinson a nigger. And they were on every baseball team, and you can go find their names if you want. What do you have, you there?
Make sure I was going to expound on what General Young said. You know what I mean? Recently, in Kyler Murray's contract, he has to do a required 4 hour. He has to do a required 4 hours of film study on his iPad while being observed by the team's management.
That's ridiculous.
That's some bullshit.
That's insane. And the fact that he signed that contract is insane. And he should fire whoever advises him to sign a contract that has a studying clause for a grown-ass damn man. That they have to force him to study, which makes him look like a child. And whoever put it in the contract, they should fire, and you should know his name.
Yeah.
And you should know the name of whatever attorney advises him to sign a contract that tells you have to study 4 hours a day like he's an 8th grader. Go back to Bill Russell so I can wrap this up. Bill Russell was another civil rights hero, and they defecated on his bed the same people whose team he was playing for. Bill Russell went through so much for black people, and because of that, he's a civil rights icon and a hero to black people. Can somebody pull up the picture of Bill Russell's wife for 1 second? If you have a moment, Haas. Do you mind if we do it, Haas?
Yes, sir.
Because Bill Russell went through a lot. White people really oppressed him, and they shitted on his bed. So, excuse my language, Haas. And let me just look up his wife, because black people look up to Bill Russell, and he's a champion of all civil rights and powerful blackness. I just want to see what Bill Russell's wife might look like, just in case, because he really suffered at the hands of white people. Let me see it. Make that big. Oh, what do you know?
Wow.
Surprise, surprise.
Wow.
Surprise.
Wow.
Okay. Bill Russell went and married the daughter of the same people that shit in his bed.
Wow.
Because no one wants to talk about the villain.
Yeah.
He's such a civil rights. Oh, Bill Russell. He loves blackness. He fights for blackness. Bill Russell fought to be accepted by white people. He could have lived in a black neighborhood, and he would have been the man. He would have been looked at like, this brother came to live with his people. But he fought to live in a neighborhood full of his wife's people, and they shit in his bed. And he married a white woman. Let me see. Who's another one? Let me think. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Oh, you can't get blacker than him, Haas. Haas, wait a minute. Huckabashitong, making Hajj in Mecca.
Yeah.
Shadat, is that what they call it? Shadat, one of those. Kufi, Muslim.
Kung Fu with Bruce Lee.
Kung Fu Haas with Bruce Lee. You cannot get blacker than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's another civil rights icon.
He just had a picture of him and Bill Russell.
Now let me look up. Let me see if I can find a picture of his wife somewhere on the internet. Let me go. Oh, there you go. Oh, that's Bill Russell with his wife. Let me see Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Right, oh, damn. Yeah, that's him. That's Mr. Abdul-Jabbar. You blackity black mother effers make me sick.
Yeah.
I gotta worship you and put you on a Mount Rushmore of black niggas. I gotta put you on a nigger Rushmore. Meanwhile, the first chance you get, you betray the people who would suffer just like you for looking like you. You betray the woman who would suffer just like you for looking like you and for having your blood. And yet, what do I have to do? Stand up when you walk into a room? I gotta fight to get you put on a $20 bill. I got to put you on a nigger Rushmore. When have you ever cared about your own people? You fought to get into white people's world. That's it. Here is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The nigga went and changed his name. How? This is what I don't get. What is the point of all of this blackity blackness? Why did you even change your name to Abdul-Jabbar? Kareem, you should have. What was that name he used to have?
I do not know, General.
Lou Alcindor.
They said, yeah.
Why did you even do any of this?
It's a hustle.
Yes, that's all I could think of. Abdul-Jabbar. This nigga sound like he wear a dashiki in the shower, and yet and still he married what? To Catherine? To what's the bitch? Karen. You married to you go. You telling me?
Karen.
At a party, I gotta say, well, my name is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Here's my wife, Karen McGillicuddy. Why did you even do it? And I would love to talk to y'all. And why do you do all this black nonsense? When you know when it comes down to it, you're going to marry Karen. You married a woman that will never, no one will ever deny her a house. Did you see that? When your wife goes to buy a house, she's getting it. When your wife goes to move into a neighborhood, there will be no burglary. When your wife wants to go get a job, she's getting that job. Your wife, when she walks down the street in her neighborhood, the police will never pull her over. You marry a woman that will never go through what you went through that you overcame. You marry a woman that was the daughter of the people who were your villains.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There they go. Pull that picture out right there.
I don't know.
Stop right there. You go, General. That's the picture right there. There they go.
Look, damn, House, you got both of them in
Yeah,
there.
they but go back,
see that one, House.
Keep it right there. Mariah, keep it
Here's
right
your
there.
Mount Rushmore of negrosity here. They 7 foot tall. Here they go with 2 white women on either side, but these are civil rights champions, House. These are the heroes of all negrosity. That's what Gen.YAHANNA was saying, niggerdom. You know what? What I'll do is I'll go find heroes that love in private as well as they love in public.
That's right, sir.
I'll go ahead and do that. I'll go and find a hero that's not just, black. He ain't just black when it comes to, trying to get more millions on his contract. I'll go get down with a hero that's black in private, black in the bedroom.
Damn right.
You understand? Boricua in the bedroom.
That's
La
right.
Raza in the bedroom.
Damn right.
I'll go find one of them because then I know it's sincere.
Yep.
Because it happens when people don't see it. You want to say something?
If I may, sir, what you bring out is just so heavy because I know, like my late father, his favorite player was Kareem. He loved Kareem. I was watching Winning Time on HBO Max. I ain't speak to my uncle in 5 years. I called my uncle because Kareem was like, yeah, Magic, you got.
There was no blacker than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's the blackest nigga that exists. I think. You got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Malcolm Shabazz X. I think that's about it. I don't know who else you got. Muhammad Ali. I'm not even gonna look up his wife because I got a bad feeling. Muhammad Ali. I'm gonna leave that alone. We might all go, God damn. So let's stay off of that. But continue your diet.
Sir, like I was watching Winning Time, and Kareem was telling Magic, I read the black newspaper, brother. The final call by Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And here comes Susan Archibald Gretchen bringing them orange juices.
Oh wow.
Bringing him orange juice while he reading the final call. I fell out my chair. I couldn't.
That's true. His wife has always been white. All during that time, his wife was white. All during that the blackest of the soul power number oneness. They all had white women, and the Black Panthers too.
Yeah,
all of them. You died. Was anything else? I forget what the topic was. But the point is, heroes are in the Bible.
Yeah,
that's the point.
Yeah,
you got to pattern yourself after men in the Bible, and it's pointless to even have civil rights sports icons who fought racism, but you can't. You only know the name of the hero, but you're not able to shame the villain.
Right.
You got to shame the villain. Can I get 2 precepts? I know I got one thing about the church to go over, then I got to get the hell out of here. Give me what Christ said, Jesus Christ. The man of sin must be revealed, perdition, right? And shame shall cover thee.
Come.
So just remember, anytime anybody is bringing up, some black hero, some Hispanic hero, figure out what he was fighting. Was he fighting the NFL? Then the NFL was the villain. Was he fighting the NBA? The NBA is the villain. Was he fighting the United States military? Then that's the villain. Was he fighting NASA? And then NASA is the villain, right? The villain are the people who were trying to stop your heroes from overcoming.
Yeah.
And if you don't mark those villains, they do it again. They do it over and over again because while you're clapping for your hero, they're sitting back in the halls of power waiting for your sons to come of age. They're still there. All of the congressmen still there. All of the senators still there. Forget about the families, the rich families, my God, still there. Like who are the people that didn't want black people to eat at those lunch counters? Woolworth? They're there. The people that owned all of those businesses, the insurance companies that insured the slave ships, that insured the livestock on the slave ships. Those insurance companies are on Wall Street. They're still there. And you don't know their names. You don't know who insured those companies. You don't know who financed and invested in the slave markets.
Right.
You don't know who oppressed Jackie Robinson and Bill Russell. You only salute the villain. And that is temporary joy because the villain is lying in wait to do it again.
Yep.
Marah.
Slogger, so what you bringing out is so heavy is America. They good at making sure you know who the villain is. You like you don't know the heroes of the people that died overseas in Iraq, but you know Osama bin Laden. You know everybody who they have ever fought against. Matter of fact, that even down to the to the most minuscule person, you know George Zimmerman, right? He was their hero, but you know Trayvon Martin. I mean, you know everybody that has ever done America wrong. They make sure you know who the villain is, and you barely know who the hero is. It's like you got millions of people that died in Vietnam, but you know Vietnam. You know what they did. You know what Japan did. You don't know who went over to Japan. Like they are famous for putting out their villains because they know that matters. But with us, we don't know. You know, sir. If I
Marah, damn near fainted when you said that because it was so true. And give him a hand. I almost fell out the seat because you know what happened today, Marah, right? America had a drone strike and killed Osama bin Laden's second in command. You've seen this cat before. This got to be one of the stories. See you, Dad. They killed this cat. I remember seeing this cat's face all the time during the Iraqi war.
Yeah.
Zawi, so he was always sitting next to bin Laden. Well, when bin Laden got killed, this cat became the number one in Al Qaeda.
Right? Oh, they finally got him?
Oh, they got him house. He dead now. Drone strike in a residential neighborhood, killed him in the house. I don't know why they didn't try to arrest him. All that. I thought that's what they do. Seemed like they decided to forego that whole arrest and trial. They decided to do it a more expedient way and just bomb the cat from the sky.
There you go.
So that cat with the beard, he's dead. That cat, he's gone. They killed him today. And as I watched it, I said, boy, that's white privilege.
Yeah.
Because 9/11 was in the past. Do you understand me?
Forget about it.
It should be forgotten. You shouldn't be able to teach about it in school. You should not be able to teach about 9/11 in school. Right? It should that shouldn't happen. You should put that away. You shouldn't talk about it. It should be slavery, the civil rights movement, and 9/11. Get rid of all of them. But of course, when it comes to white people and their heroes, the villain is always named.
Yep.
Always focused on. Always pressed. Everyone knows the villain of white people.
Yep.
They focus on, and they always pick one like Saddam, Osama. They pick that cat, Gaddafi. They going on him, brother. And they focus your life. Everybody, he becomes infamous. Everyone knows him because, of course, America knows that you cannot get real justice by simply praising the hero because the villain lays in wait to do it again.
Yes, sir.
9/11 happened, goddamn, my kids was little or not born. 19 years ago, man. 19 years ago. 9/11 was so long ago. Give shout out to Captain Ariel. I tell you a Captain Ariel story he's going to hate. Captain Ariel was so little, and they played 9/11 so much on TV that little Captain Ariel said, Daddy, the plane is hitting the building again. It keeps hitting the building. The plane won't stop hitting the building. And he put his hands on his ears because in his little mind, he's thinking it's happening over and over and over again. I had to say, well, shit, no, they replaying it. Turn the shit off, put on the damn, whatever this nonsense, Sesame Street. Because they rang it in your brain. You saw those planes hit that building, brother, all day, every day, no matter what else you were trying to do. The villain was highlighted. And they're going to just kill them no matter how many years it takes. You understand? When Captain Ariel is 70 or if Christ is back, they're going to be hunting people from 9/11.
Yep.
Finding them.
Yep.
And killing them.
Yep.
Because they know what justice is. Yep. Justice is the ultimate white privilege.
Yep.
It's not something we're allowed. We can celebrate civil rights icons, but we can't shame the people who oppress them. And without that, you're wasting your damn time.
Damn right, you know.
Because your kids are going to be on drugs again.
Yep.
Ronald Reagan got black people hooked on drugs, sold drugs, and nothing happened. And Ronald Reagan has airports named after him.
Yep.
So guess what? That's why you're on Percocets today.
Yep.
It just keeps happening over and over again because the Christian church has told you that it is wrong for you to shame the oppressor, to shame the villain.
Yep.
That's what happened today with this thing, okay? Everybody gets it, right? What did I ask for the last one? What you got? Yes, play the scripture.
Son of position.
Yeah, do those quickly, then I'll play the scripture for you.
2 and 3 first.
Con, the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there coming falling away first. And that the man of sin be revealed.
That man of sin has to be revealed, or else that great day of the Lord is not going to happen.
Yes, sir.
It's not going to happen. So you can keep praising Jesus and talking about Jesus and talking about God, but if you are not revealing the man of sin, Christ ain't coming back.
Right.
It's integral in the reformation of the children of God.
Right.
They have to know who the villain is. They have to know, or else the villain works his plan again. He does it over and over again, because while you were celebrating the champions of the civil rights movement, the villains were planning their new attack. You have to talk about it. You have to bring it up. Whenever they talk about Bill Russell or black quarterbacks, from now on say, well, really, who wrote that about him? Who said black quarterbacks couldn't? Who are these coaches, Haas, that said black people couldn't play quarterback? Have you ever heard one name? Once. Goddamn, who are the GMs and the presidents that said we don't want a black quarterback?
Yep.
Give me one name of one. Now, we know that black quarterbacks were frowned upon and nobody wanted to hire him. Who didn't want to hire him? Who said, no, I don't want him because he's black? Who is it? If you don't know who it is, guess what? Your grandsons will be saying, it's hard for me to play soccer, to play golf, to play any. Give me Fuzzy Wellerton. Fuzzy something. Tiger Woods, he's an amazing, black icon. When Tiger Woods was there's an interview that is so beautiful. I believe his name is Fuzzy. Tiger Woods was out playing golf, and everybody was raving about him. And this cat said, yeah, let him come here. We can make him some fried chicken and watermelon and everything. And set it on camera in front of everybody. Racist comments about Tiger Woods by other golfers. Now, goddamn, how much do we hear about Tiger Woods? Well, we're all these people that didn't want a black man to hit a golf ball. Who is this? Play that.
Well, pretty impressive. The little boy's driving it well. He's putting well. He's doing everything it takes to win. So you know what you guys do when he gets in here? Pat him on the back, say congratulations, enjoy it, and tell him not to serve fried chicken next year. Got it. Or collard greens. Got it. Congratulations, enjoy it, and tell him not to serve fried chicken next year. Got it.
But you know who Tiger Woods is? Oh, well, guess what? They're not going to let your son play golf either. You get my point?
Yeah.
They ain't letting your son play golf.
Yeah.
Because we don't know him.
Right.
He is who you got to know. He got to be Saddam, Osama, Gaddafi.
Yeah.
Or else you're just doing this again.
Yeah.
Over and over again. Play it one more time in case they didn't hear it. What's his name?
Fuzzy Zoeller.
So when you think about Tiger Woods and what he had to go through, right, to play golf, Fuzzy is who was trying to oppress him. Let me think. What is the color of Tiger Woods' wife? Let me think. Let me do my mental Rolodex. Oh, she's a white woman. Yeah. Put him on the Mount Rushmore next to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Tiger Woods, who ain't touched black pussy since he came out of it. Excuse my language. Come on. Oh, God damn it. Then he's never touched black pussy. Then he has just never enjoyed or partaken Haas. Never. Tiger Woods wouldn't know the pleasures of the Israelite woman no matter what you try to tell him to convince him.
Yeah.
Play that again for that fuzzy thing. I got to go.
He's doing quite well. Pretty impressive. The little boy's driving it well, and he's putting well. He's doing everything it takes to win. So you know what you guys do when he gets in here? Pat him on the back, say congratulations, enjoy it, and tell him not to serve fried chicken next year. Got it. All right. Or collard greens, or whatever the hell they say.
Oh, wow. Oh.
That is who Tiger had to contend with. How's Fuzzy?
Yeah.
That's the villain.
Yeah.
Right? Fuzzy is the villain. Morale.
Slog, he said something about collard greens at the end.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that, Morale.
Yeah.
Wait, rewind.
Or collard greens, or whatever the hell they say.
No, wait, rewind that.
Or collard greens, or whatever the hell they say.
Don't y'all be ashamed of eating collard greens.
I would tear it up.
Collard greens.
Damn right.
He's the villain. Come on.
Well, if I may, sir, here they go. They the best of friends. So that wasn't even a big deal.
Sure.
It wasn't even a big deal,
right? You know, that's all. It's no big deal. No, we don't get to, like Commander Juliana taught me, anger is for free men. We're not allowed that.
Yeah.
We can have joy. We can have all the joy we want. Thank you, Rosa Parks. Thank you, Martin Luther King. We love you, Jackie Robinson. We love you. We can have joy. Joy, you know, slaves are allowed joy on Sunday. Slaves are allowed joy. Slaves are allowed to sing and dance. But anger is the privilege of the free. Anger is the privilege of the free.
Right.
All right. Okay, where we at with this? Good to go. All right. Play this last clip for me, then I'll get the scriptures afterwards. All right. Here's another thing. Now this. I came back from Chicago or something, right? So I'm sitting down, Haas. I came back from Chicago.
Go.
I forget where I was. I don't know where I was, right? But I'm sitting down, and I turn the TV on, and it's the end of this show called Westworld. Have you heard of that before?
I've heard of Westworld.
Westworld is some show about the robots taking over and oppressing people the same way that people at one time oppressed robots.
Go.
You get it, right? Imagine like a Planet of the Apes concept,
Go.
right? But with robots, right? So now the show is over, but this is the behind the scenes talk about the episode. You get the point?
Yes, sir.
And that's where I just happened to turn it on. And what I saw, of course, confirmed what the UPK teaches. So I videotaped it and brought it here tonight.
Come on.
All right? Go ahead, Morale. If that's who I gave it to.
Once again, the fiction in the show.
You got to give me the longer one. I think you might need that to understand. Okay, while this is going on, this show, remember, now robots control people. Right? Robots are using sound broadcasted from this big device to make people their slaves, because robots are angry that at one time robots were the slaves. So they're using sound to control the minds of people. That's what you need to understand. Go ahead.
If I could, sir, I just gotta switch the what you call it real quick.
All right.
And we're gonna be too wild, sir. Give me 1 second. All right.
And it's the tower where she can look out onto Manhattan. In the middle of her tower is this giant speaker where she emits the deafening sound that controls people who be defended by the flies.
The tower design you can kind of see here. At the bottom is one speaker cone, at the top is the second.
Is longer. This is all you need. This is about sound. And the creators of the show are telling you that sound in the episode is what the robots are using to control people. Just stay with me right there. Go ahead.
Once again, the fiction in the show is not so fictional. They've broken down different frequencies in sounds, and when you're at church or you listen to these booming chords on an organ, They're working at a frequency that actually help to induce a state of euphoria. Once again, the fiction in the show is not so fictional. They've broken down different frequencies and sounds, and when you're at church or you listen to these booming chords on an organ, they're working at a frequency that actually help to induce a state of euphoria in the human mind. So we are able to be puppeteered in beautiful ways and in terrible ways by so many things.
We are able to be puppeteered in beautiful ways and in terrible ways. One of the ways we're puppeteered, according to the creator of this show, is church music.
You know, I was listen. The cat that I used to be in the slave with my ex-partner, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said this when they taught him how to do music. He said it taught them how to play with people's emotions.
Yeah, that's the point.
To get them to do what you want them to do. That's what he said. That was the conversation he said to me verbatim.
People that go to church and play instruments, they know there are chords.
Yes.
There's some chord that makes you feel like you're home.
Yeah.
And that chord, when you hear it, you feel home.
Yeah.
There's a chord that makes you feel this, feel that. Mirage.
If I may, sir, the major 7 chords are what we call the happy chords.
Mm-hmm.
The minor 7 chords are the one that you use to get people angry. So if you want to make like club music, you use the major 7 chord, or church music specifically, all major 7 chords. But if you want to make like ghetto hype music, you can you use the same chords, but you can mix in a little bit of the
That's
like
what she
that
said.
deep gangster music.
Booming sounds in church.
Yeah.
Those are those major chords, right?
Yeah.
And church music is puppeteering you.
Mm-hmm.
And if church music is puppeteering you, then what is the other music doing? You see the problem, right?
Yeah.
Ooh-wee. That church music is controlling you. It's controlling you, and they're learning it. And I'll play it one more time, then I got to go. Okay, this is just by accident I saw this, but it is what we already teach about church music. That thing you feel in church is manipulation.
Yep.
That's what she's saying, her.
Yep. Yep.
They made an episode of Westworld about something they found in reality. Listen to the first thing she's saying, the first sentence. Play it one more time.
Once again, the fiction in the show is not so fictional. They've broken down different frequencies and sounds, and when you're at
so fictional.
Yeah.
This is happening.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
People are being controlled in
Yes.
church by the music. You think God is coming in there. You think the Holy Spirit is in there. There's somebody who has been to school and you haven't. And they know how to control people with music chords. And you're going to cry tears and think you had a supernatural experience. And really, you just met a good musician. That's it. You met a good musician. And you'll always be controlled by people who are educated in something because you are a superstitious idiot.
Yep.
And you attribute supernatural things to common everyday manipulation. Play it one more time. I'll get you around 1 second. I just want to make sure they hear it because of the quality of it. Go ahead.
once again, the fiction in the show is not so fictional. They've broken down different frequencies and sounds, and when you're at church or you listen to these booming chords on an organ, they're working at a frequency that actually help to induce a state of euphoria in the human mind. So we are able to be puppeteered in beautiful ways and in terrible ways by so many things.
Beautiful euphoria.
The rapture.
Yeah, they went out there and danced and had to bust a nut in the church.
That's it.
It's like and then now they happy. Now they good.
That's it.
Wow.
That's it. All right, Marah, what'd you have?
Caught on my concert. What I have here is the Salaki. Let me just put it up on the screen if I may. It's called music theory. What you talking about is taught. I learned this in college. But okay, this is called music theory. This is actually what it's called. Music theory is the study of practices and possibilities of music. The Oxford Companion to Music describes 3 interrelated uses of the term music theory. The first is rudiments that are needed to understand music notion, right? Time signatures, all those different stuff, right? Then you got musicology that seeks to define a process of general principles in music. Musicology approaches the theory differs from music analysis in that it takes a starting point, not to individual work. So like if I'm skip down. Music theory is frequently concerned with describing how musicians and composers make music, including tuning systems and composition methods, among other topics, because of the ever expanding composition of what constitutes music, right? If I may. Music theory as a practical discipline encompasses the methods and concepts that composers and other musicians use in creating music, development, preservation, transmission of music theory in this sense may be found in oral and written music making, right? Traditions, musical instruments, Salakia, boom, boom, boom. Let me skip down just a little bit. Salakia, this is going into Salakia. The Wikipedia is going more into the what it is, but I want to give like
if you got it, if not, they can go look it up. It's easy to find if you're not under the witchcraft. The Lord is just showing you tonight what's happening in church. It's not magic. It's not God.
Oh,
you're being puppeteered.
Yep.
Someone is controlling you. They're making you feel that feeling. They're making you feel that the presence of God is in the room. It's just a good band, Doc. It's just the piano.
Yes,
That's
sir.
all it is. Come on, wake up, you stupid fucking. Just stop being so dumb all the time. Okay? And take away this from tonight. Shame your enemies.
Yeah.
Shame them.
Yeah.
Find them out and shame them.
Yeah.
And don't trust some black icon who's white in his bed.
Mm-hmm.
Look for your heroes in the Bible. With that, shout out to Commanding General Yohanna. He'll be back next week. General Hazayan, give it up for him. Officer Morale, Officer Yediah, Officer Ibad. We'll be back here with Commanding General Yohanna's show. Let's get it on. See you next week.
Shalom, Israel. Yeah. Yeah, I got you, General. Come on, come.
This for my people. Yeah, this for my people. This for my people. This for my people. Yeah, this for my people. For the white man, 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 for the white man. Invaded by the Spanish. Did a whole lot of damage. Shit was outlandish. Bags got branded. Split up all the families, then shipped across the Atlantic. So many died from the famine. Threw the dead bodies overboard. Sharks ate them like salmon. I know you can't stand it. I spit the truth, goddammit. Big business got managed, dig it double back. Came to pick up all the blacks. We'll speed up our back, we never got to relax. Pretend to set us free, but then you double back without a crack. The type of game that you play, hey, to keep it real, I ain't going for it. Beat a couple court cases, had a warrant for it. Told my mama if I ever did time, I'ma raise up the whole yard. Had my lawyer like, oh Lord, district attorney added more charges. No problem, I ain't tripping. Throw me through the scriptures. Muhammad said the Lord with your boy, that's a small issue. Bounce back out the rebound. UPK got the heat now. They done let me off the leash now, teaching in the streets now. A part of Lost Tribe South, but it started in the East now. Look, this for my people. This for my people. Yeah, this for my people. This for my people. This for my people. Yeah, this for my people. For the white man, 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 for my people. This for my people. Yeah, this for my people. This for my people. This for my people. Yeah, this for my people. For the white man, 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 for the white man,